Hello, Nico.
Hi, Nick.
How are you doing?
Good. You didn't introduce our guest.
Yeah, they can introduce themselves. You know him, you love him. It's Ethan Young, Marvel super fan.
Hi guys, how are you?
How are you feeling, Ethan?
I'm good.
You're good?
I'm excited.
And then we've got Marvel hater, Richard.
I don't know about that.
Let's go! Marvel Hate Club!
I'm more critical.
Yeah, movie critic Richard.
Sure.
You haven't had a mic before. Do you want to introduce yourself? You want to tell the audience about yourself a little bit?
No, I'm good. Let's go.
All right. Richard's good. How has your week been, Nico?
Epic. Super epic.
Do you want to talk about
No.
the
Yes,
No.
talk
The
about
hard
it.
week you've had?
Talk
We're
about
not
it.
talking about it.
All right.
Next.
That's all right. Nico doesn't want to talk
Next.
about it.
Not talking about it.
All right. Yeah. Is there any notable movie news we can talk about? I don't know. I like talking about movie news.
Yeah, let's talk about an actor died.
An actor died?
Yeah.
Sonny from The Godfather died.
That's
Yeah.
not who I was thinking of.
Who were you thinking of?
The dad from Elf.
That is the same guy.
Yeah.
No.
No, there's only one Han Solo and only one
Well, that's the only movie I know
Indiana
he's
Jones.
from. Alright.
Yeah. So the dad from Elf and the guy who played Sonny. What's his name?
James Caan.
Yeah.
Something
James
like that.
Caan. James
James
Caan.
Caan,
James
yeah.
Yeah,
Caan.
James Caan passed away. Rest in peace. I know you didn't like The Godfather as much. I think Sonny's a great character.
The Godfather was good. It's just like, it wasn't the greatest thing I've ever seen. As most people that you can read, like, whatever reviews, they're just like, oh my god, this is great.
Yeah,
And I was like, it was cool, but I wouldn't say great.
I like it a lot. I think if I had to score it, I'd score it somewhere in the 9s. I don't know. We might rewind with it at some point. So
We can do The Godfather.
yeah.
Anyways.
Rest in peace to him. He was a great dad to Buddy the Elf. You know, he was not the greatest dad at the beginning, but he came around.
And then he put
Spoiler alert.
maple syrup on his pasta.
That'd be fun to do an Elf rewind for the holidays.
No, we're anti-Christmas as well.
That's not a Christmas movie though.
It's a Christmas
Yes,
movie.
it
What are you
is.
talking about?
Oh, it's not like a
Are you
Christian
smoking crack?
Christmas movie.
Yeah, you stupid.
Not all Christmas movies have
It's
to
literally
be
about Santa and his
I'm not,
elves.
Yeah.
but I like Santa. I like
All
the
right.
Santa part of
If you're
Christmas.
listening to this, Nick is off his meds today.
All right.
The movie at hand that we are reviewing, if you read the title, is Thor: Love and Thunder. It's directed by Taika Waititi.
This is the fourth Thor movie. I think it's fair to say that this is more a direct sequel to Thor Ragnarok though than the other two Thor movies. Is that fair, Ethan, Marvel superfan, to like attach this more to?
I would say that's fair.
Yeah,
In
Because
this-
Ragnarok was also directed by Taika Waititi.
exactly.
Uh-huh. In this description, we're just gonna write with Richard and Ethan, Marvel superfan.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a fair statement to say. I think it doesn't have to just be Ethan who says yes to that. If you're familiar with any Taika films, this is a Taika film, and it doesn't really stray too far from his normal vibes, and I don't know.
Jojo Rabbit is his other more popular release
Yeah.
That was good.
that has come out recently. Yeah. What did you think of it, Nico?
We're starting with this now?
Sure.
We have to do the
It's
plot.
a review.
All right. Whatever. The plot.
Ethan, give us the plot.
Yeah, Ethan, give us the plot.
Oh,
That's what you're here
Okay.
for.
Okay.
That'd be wild,
well,
boys.
Well, I don't know if
No, just go for it.
Just
Alright.
go. Just go. We'll help you.
so.
Will be.
So
No.
the villain is played by Christian Bale. He's Gore. Basically, Gore obtains a sword in which is able to kill gods. And so
He's played by Christian Bale.
I already
Gore.
said that.
Christian Bale played by Christian Bale.
He's basically just Christian Bale in this movie.
And he travels throughout the galaxy trying to kill gods, and Thor and his band of misfit friends try to stop him.
Natalie Portman is back as Jane.
Dr. Jane Foster, yes.
Was she in any of the first or second
She was in.
films?
Yeah, she was in the.
She was
first
in the
two.
first two,
Okay, I didn't watch those.
but she
two.
wasn't in the third or any other.
Not in Ragnarok. I remember that.
So
She was in Endgame.
So yeah, they're
she
just
was
kind
not
of.
in Endgame.
Yeah, she was.
They're just kind of trying to.
Yeah, remember she was Black Widow.
She wasn't. She was.
Oh, we got a
They
debate
had-
here. We got a debate.
I don't,
She was in
I honestly
Endgame.
don't know. In what scene?
When they had to go back in time and get the thing out of her, they stuck a probe up her ass or some shit. I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly what Disney did.
Yes, they got the
It was off
they got the
camera.
reality stone from her. Was she actually on camera?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Natalie.
I don't think
Portman's-
Where did you find this budget ass?
I don't think
Superfan?
it was a new scene film.
I think
mean,
we
it
might.
wasn't-
Do we need to replace our super fan?
We have to recast him.
It doesn't. Yeah.
It wasn't film changing.
No, we have to
But
recast
he was.
him.
She was in.
See.
Yes, he reminded me. She wasn't.
You must feel
Avengers Endgame.
humiliated right now.
No. He's like beyond defeated right now.
Yeah. You got
Well,
schooled.
thanks for having me, guys. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah,
All right, that was actually a good summary. I guess that's it. Like Gore the God Butcher is just trying to kill gods, and Thor's trying to stop him.
yeah.
Also, I wouldn't call them misfits, really. Like
Yeah,
Thor is a
they're-
god,
Yeah.
and then Natalie Portman
Is now
gets,
Demigod.
godlike.
she
Yeah.
becomes a god too.
And
Yeah.
then there's the other chick. I don't remember. her name.
Valkyrie,
Yeah,
King
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Sorry. King Valkyrie.
Yeah.
She's also like a god in a sense. Like.
And
these
then
aren't
Korg.
misfits. These are not misfits.
So I want to ask you, how was your theater experience today? The two of you, Richard and Nico saw this today.
We went,
Me and Ethan saw it a day early. But how was your experience today?
It's
fine.
calm.
What do you mean?
Like, how was the audience? Because I
There was
think-
nobody there.
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
pretty small crowd.
There was me and Richard, and we went with my friend Jack, who may or may not eventually show up on this podcast.
Okay.
But us three, there were maybe a total of 10 people,
Oh.
including
Wow.
us. Was it including us maybe, or like
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, maybe.
there wasn't anybody in there?
It was a small theater to begin with, and
It was one of the smaller theaters in at Phoenix.
Okay.
What time did you see it?
5:15.
Maybe more people will show up for it later.
Yeah, when we were leaving, there were a bunch of people in the lobby, which like I've never seen that in Phoenix or when it was originally AMC.
So we had to wait in line for like an hour. Not an hour. We showed up an hour before the screening.
Where'd you
we were
go?
only in line for 15
Where'd you
minutes.
go?
We went to Phoenix also.
Yeah.
We got early tickets.
Oh, was that Phoenix?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we had to get in line. We ended up getting really good seats, and it was good. But we were in a crowd of Marvel nerds.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yes, that's
Of-
very
of
fair.
Ethans, just Ethan among Ethans.
Well, actually, I think there were more Ethan.
They were
than
more.
There were more
Yeah.
Ethan than Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this was some extreme Ethans in the
Yes.
crowd.
Yes.
And so there was yelling at all the punchlines. There
Yep.
was
There was
laughing,
cheering. There was clapping.
So it was like the Minions, but a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like you said to me before, Nico, that like these Marvel movies will edit like moments of silence in after big moments or big jokes to like encourage the space for that audience audible reaction. And like when I actually was in a crowd with people that were reacting that way, it was way more noticeable.
Yeah.
It was,
Very,
it was a
very
little-
much so.
Yeah.
Honestly, kind of obnoxious. Would
It
you agree?
was. It was.
Have you been in a theater like that before?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
feel like I have
not
before.
at that magnitude before.
I don't know. Did we see Infinity War or Endgame together? Because I feel like I was in one of those movies.
I think we
where
saw
crowd-
Infinity
That's where
War
they
together.
started doing the editing, if I remember correctly. That's like where the whole, oh my god, character shows up, everybody stops talking for a full 3 seconds.
Yeah,
That's where that stuff started.
it's just the way they're cut. They cut it too. It's like, wow, like this character that comes back in an after credits scene. Like, look at him, and everyone's like, yeah, let's go. Like their life depends on it.
Look, I don't know about you. I don't think I could ever sit in a movie theater and start hooting and hollering just seeing something happen on screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Knowing
It's-
all of the connections through Hollywood, like, of course something is going to happen and surprise people.
I agree.
We can get totally off track here and talk about like the Scorsese shit that he said, but like I don't know, I kind of agree with him when I'm in an audience like that where it's just like it feels more like an event or like a spectacle or a theme park rather than a movie, because like that's how Minions felt. Like none of these other like when you actually go and see a movie with people that care about watching a movie, like everyone tries to be respectful and even like keep their laugh more silent, you know.
Like, we went to go see Everything Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That was packed. That was actually a packed theater.
It was full, yeah.
And it was one of the bigger theaters that any of the venues we go to or any of the actual places we go to. And
Probably 75 to 80 people in there. at least.
I think it's probably close to like 100.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But we were in there. I think that was a pretty good experience. Granted, there were so many people laughing. I mean, obviously, there's so much shit that happens in that movie,
but people were like,
they contained it.
I don't think people were laughing loud enough that I missed any moments of dialogue.
No.
Like I missed dialogue sections, and
Yes.
I don't think that those were like hugely important lines that were being said when people were laughing, but
Most
like
likely
still
not.
I missed stuff.
Yeah.
But I also think that, I mean, we saw it, like, we had early, like, tickets, and so people who were there were, as you said, like, big Marvel fans.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm not saying it's okay, but, like, you know, they were cheering because they wanted to be there. They wanted to see the movie early, and
That's fair.
that's why they were cheering and whatnot, so.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like it. I like, you know, being able to hear all the dialogue and not missing anything.
All that being said, we should probably get back on track with the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of it, Nico?
Christian Bale is great.
He is
Like,
great.
he's.
I think he was the best
mean,
part of the movie.
That's why that was one big reason I was hopeful for this movie to be somewhat good at least. Christian Bale usually doesn't take up roles in films that he doesn't believe could do well. Typically, everything he's in is pretty good. I mean, there's probably an exception or two. That's got to be with every actor or actress, but
He always brings his best though.
yeah,
I've never seen him have a bad performance.
no.
That's...
But I did notice in the editing when I was like, there was one shot of him like walking, and they were focused on his feet, and I could see his feet clipping through the CG ground.
Really?
Yeah. So fucking good job, Marvel, whoever did that, whichever VFX house did that. I'm sorry, you probably rushed, but like, I noticed it, and I couldn't stop looking at it for like 15 full seconds.
Yeah. Richard, what did you think?
Christian Bale was good. They lacked with him. He didn't have much screen time. Also, too much comedy.
Too much comedy. All right, yeah, you want to get into the comedy?
Well, no, real quick about Christian Bale. I wish they. No, I'll save it for spoilers. Actually.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Because we can talk a lot about him.
I loved Christian Bale in this, and I thought he needed more screen time.
I agree.
I thought they should have made him like a little more scary and like dangerous, but
Yeah, he kind of just like, without spoiling anything, he kind of like does his big thing at like within like 30 minutes or 45 minutes of like the movie, like starting, and then he kind of just stays put, if that makes sense. Like, he doesn't do anything more menacing beyond like what his initial, and I don't want to spoil it, but like what his initial evil plan is, as it relates to Thor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he just kind of is like there, and everyone else is just goofing around for like an hour, and then they find him.
Yeah, but that's just the way they wrote it.
Yeah,
then
that's a criticism of the writing, I guess.
But I wouldn't say that was like too terrible or too noticeably bad in the film. I think it was just, it could have been developed a little bit better, but
I just think it was noticeably annoying to me because I liked the way that they introduced the characters so much that I felt like it was just untapped potential. Like, they could have done so much more with him had they actually allowed him to be in the middle chunk of the movie, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but when we talk about untapped potential for you and me, do you think it's as untapped potential as like Men was, for example? Like, that left a sour taste in our mouths. Like, do you think this just was like...
No, this ended in a little bit more of a satisfying way than that to me.
But you just still think it was just untapped?
I think just his character specifically was.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, I think it was less of like a whole story untapped potential thing, and more so of just like they could have done a lot more with the character of Gore.
Yeah, and we'll mention that.
Yeah, and Bale did great. I think we should get into the comedy, because this and Ragnarok. Ragnarok was just a comedy too, but like this and Ragnarok are like fully just comedies. I think more so just leaning into comedic tone more so than any other Marvel movie that I've seen. Really.
Yes,
very much.
Did you like that?
I did. I mean, I liked Ragnarok a lot. I didn't watch it in 3 or 4 years whenever it came out. I think 2017, 18?
Yeah, 2017.
So I don't remember how much I liked it or what I disliked about it. But this still kind of followed the same suit.
Yeah. It's a similar sense of humor.
Yeah. maybe they put more sense of humor into this, or they tried to at least.
Yeah.
I found myself laughing. It was more like chuckles rather than like actually laughing at things.
There's a lot of stupid humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich,
I
what-
found myself
sorry.
laughing once or twice.
But
and then
you also
chuckling
said
a
to me when
lot.
we left the theater, you said, "Oh, I actually I thought it was too comedic."
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought there were a couple jokes that were unnecessary, that they could have just moved on. I don't know, made it a little bit more serious or whatnot. But I mean, I still liked what Taika Waititi did with it, and with him, it is going to be comedic. And
Yeah.
So
That Rich was saying the same thing in the car when we were coming back. That
The comedy just took away from certain scenes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they took Ragnarok and then just upscaled the comedy.
Yeah, just
and it was just
amplified it.
shittier comedy.
So you liked Ragnarok.
Ragnarok is the best out of the 4 movies.
Yeah, I think that still holds true. Like, if you take anything from this review, like, I think if you're a Marvel fan, if you like keeping up with this stuff, go see this movie. But, like, Ragnarok's better. If you want, like, a Thor funny, like, just fun time, Ragnarok's kind of, like, the perfect movie for that.
I think it's just Marvel struck gold with Taika and Ragnarok just being like good.
Yeah.
Don't look at the reviews. They say it's like a bad Marvel movie. It's not a bad Marvel movie. I think it's one of the better Marvel films.
I think it is, yeah.
But
Especially recently.
I think they struck gold with that, and then they were just like, okay, let's make Ragnarok Part 2, and like, it's still good. I don't think it's quite as good though.
Yeah.
And that's the main draw, or the main problem with this film for me, is like they were just trying to recreate something that they already made.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, the other one was just, the writing was much better in the other one. Like, the story just felt like it had more weight. Even though I didn't like the villain as much in that movie, like, it still felt like things were happening and there were stakes. And the characters, like, needed to do something. And this one I was just kind of like, yeah, there was a threat, but, like, also, I don't know. The more focus was on the comedy and other stuff than what was actually going on in the story. And so, like, to Richard's point of, like, yes, the comedy overtook some of the moments that maybe should have been more serious in this movie.
Yeah.
You want to give it a score?
I don't know. Was there anything else you guys liked about this film?
Costumes.
No.
I thought they did a great job.
Costumes were bad.
What?
They did the stupid, like, diagonal lines again. They do this thing. It's I promise you, look up, like, every Avengers suit, and they all have this thing where they go up and then they come out, and it happens right there on all of them. And they did it.
What
like,
did you like
it.
about the costumes?
Gore's costume was nice.
Yeah, Gore's
simple.
costume was great.
Oh, Gore's?
Yeah.
I mean,
Gore-
it was,
Gore was
simple. It played well with him.
Gore was good, but then when you look at Thor and Mighty Thor, they were identical. They just spammed these, like, diagonal
Because they're
lines.
both Thor. What do you want? Like,
They have these, like,
do
stupid
you want 'em-
geometric lines for no reason all over the costumes.
okay.
They did look a little goofy, I think, but I think also the tone of the movie was goofy, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't love the costumes,
Okay.
but I liked everything about Gore. I did like, though. I
Yeah.
can agree with that. His costume was good.
I will say that
His was practical. Okay.
Gore in the comics doesn't have a nose, but they wanted to give him a nose because they didn't want Voldemort comparisons.
It's just
But why would they do? Like, why do they care?
I don't
I-
know. Because people do that. Like,
I think it was a good choice.
I think his costume, or his comic design, looks a bit cooler.
Yeah.
He's got, like, these weird, like, head tail things, and I think that would make it different enough that it wouldn't look quite like Voldemort.
yeah.
And he has, like, these spiraling black designs on his actual comic, like, physical body, which I think they could have done something like that too for the movie, and it still wouldn't look too much like Voldemort.
I just think not messing with Christian Bale's face allows Christian Bale to bring some of that creepiness out through his acting.
Yeah.
More than just relying on the look.
Okay.
So that's why I was
And
okay
be
with
able
it.
to be recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
He's
Vin
the star
Diesel
power.
is Groot, but you didn't know it's Vin Diesel, but now you do. So I mean, like, yeah, but I don't know if they need recognition. I mean, they spammed so many celebrities in this film that I just didn't know were just going to be in this movie.
Did you like Matt Damon?
Yes, I thought Matt Damon was like such a nice surprise.
Came back. Like, he had a similar scene in Ragnarok.
Did he?
Yeah, he was in Ragnarok.
I need to watch that movie again.
Yeah.
Who's that one female that was in it?
Melissa McCarthy played Helen.
Yeah.
And then Thor was, I think, Chris Hemsworth's older brother, Luke Hemsworth.
I don't know.
So they just took like Hollywood and like threw it up on a screen.
They also put Christian Bale's kids in the movie.
And Taika's, and Natalie's, and Chris's.
And then Taika would like jokingly was like, "Oh, it's cheap labor."
Yeah.
So like I saw that and I looked at the credits just to make sure how many kids there were, and like all of them are Hemsworth, Bale, Waititi.
Yeah.
Portman. So.
That kind of stuff's cool. Like it was a fun movie. I think go see it. If you're planning on going and seeing it, go see it. If like you're just like, I don't know, don't really love Marvel stuff, it's oversaturated, I don't think that you have to go see this one, to be honest. And we can get more into spoilers with why I think that. But before we do that, you want to do scores now? Do you have one? I can get mine.
We can go with the guests first.
You want to go guests first?
Yeah. I'll give it a solid 6.9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before I give my Thor score, I have to rescind my Doctor Strange.
No.
No, you don't.
That's already out there. It's already out there.
But I can't keep my Doctor Strange score
You can
give this a lower score.
What would you give Doctor Strange with hindsight?
6.5.
Jesus.
Okay.
And
That's
I
a
would
big
I would
drop.
give this 7.3.
Just so everyone knows, Ethan originally gave it an 8.2 when we reviewed Doctor Strange. So why are you dropping it like 2 full points?
Because not everything's going to be better than what Doctor Strange... Or, I mean... Wait.
There's going to be a lot better than Doctor Strange, let me tell you.
I mean, that is the floor, I would say, for Marvel movies.
You didn't watch Morbius?
Not...
Morbius is.
It's a Marvel Sony movie, whatever.
It says Marvel Legend.
Yeah, it says Marvel, the
that was the
newest
branding.
Marvel Legend.
But, like, that's kind of the floor. And so the floor needs to be lower than 8.2. In my opinion.
I don't think that's the worst Marvel Studios movie I've seen, though.
Black Widow
worse than
had bad reception, didn't it?
Yeah, I never saw it.
Eternals had really bad reviews.
Eternals is like their lowest rated one, I think, on all of them.
It's either that or Thor: The Dark World.
I think Eternals is the lowest one so far, but I could be wrong.
So.
All right, I'll do my score. I'm gonna give it just a flat 7. I thought it was good. Good enough to maybe go see with your family or friends, but not like fantastic.
Yeah, I think I float around there as well. I'll go 7 too. I think they're...
It's 7.2 or just 7?
7.2.
Okay.
There were some things I liked. There was some stupid humor, obviously, that I was like enjoying throughout the film, regardless of how stupid it was. But I mean, there are some things that they didn't do too great, and that's fine. I mean, there's so many movies out there that don't do things like too particularly well, and this is not the worst of them. So
yeah, I think one of the things that I will say, like, just they're both comedies. A lot of the enjoyment you're gonna get out of both of the movies, Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, is the humor. I think like the humor between Hulk and Thor in Ragnarok was just really, really good. Yeah, I remember that like being a standout from that movie. I don't know. This movie just like didn't have that same chemistry. They kept doing jokes about like Thor having like his love triangle relationship thing with his like weapons.
Oh,
yeah,
with the axe, Stormbreaker.
Yeah, with Stormbreaker, the axe.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, it had its moments. But,
yeah, it was funny the first time.
Constantly go back to it.
Yeah, they kept pulling that string, and I was like, okay.
They kept pulling a lot of strings. Like they just kept like I think reusing jokes, which also was kind of annoying.
Okay, but there's like one joke that I would ask about. But we'll mention it when we get into spoilers.
This is spoilers. We're doing spoilers yeah.
If
you haven't seen it, this is spoilers.
Did you like the final fight scene with like the kids just beating the hell out of these random monsters?
Actually, no. I thought it was kind of funny.
I thought that was funny.
I mean, it was funny, but was it like earlier in the movie when Gore first shows up to Asgard on Earth, like there's Asgardians fighting the monsters, and some of them probably died. And you're telling me none of the children died?
No, because they harnessed the Thor powers or whatever.
Yeah, Thor touched
Do
them.
you not remember that whole thing where they were all glowing yellow
the
eyes?
movie.
Well, then how do you forget that part?
Well, just because they harness the powers of Thor doesn't mean they can't die.
I mean,
So,
but they're not gonna kill kids
they're,
on
yeah,
TV
they're not
on
gonna
a
kill
movie.
kids on screen. So,
That's a shit movie then.
Okay, Richard
You
is
like to
pro
see
killing
kids die.
children.
Yeah.
Richard likes to see kids die. There we go.
okay.
Richard will get locked up before we get to.
We need to get in all our Marvel movies need to be R. I mean, if you think about it, like the destruction that they cause in all of these movies, like millions of kids have died in Marvel movies.
Yeah.
What's a couple on screen gonna do? Like, make the movie better.
That's a fair point. All Marvel movies should be rated R and just killing children.
I do not condone this.
I don't condone this either.
Did you like the goat jokes? The screaming
Oh
goats.
my gosh.
So I
Those
mentioned this
were
to Richard
hilarious.
right before you guys got here. They were funny the first few times, and then literally I paid attention to this. Every single time they were in the frame, they were doing a scream,
Yeah.
and I didn't like that.
Yeah, it was just like, okay.
They were there
Again,
for an hour and a
again.
half. And,
What about when they were going to the Shadow Realm? They were on the boat, but they weren't screaming.
but they weren't in frame always.
That's true.
And then when they
I
hit
guess
the
you
planet,
could
they
just see the
scream.
boat.
Like watching a couple of Taika interviews, he would do this thing like where he would just be like, "Fuck it, let's just make it funny," and it's every single time they're in the frame they scream, and he would just like have
Yeah.
these. He has these running jokes through all of his films.
Yeah.
Like in Jojo Rabbit, whenever somebody walks into like a room, they're like, "Oh, Heil Hitler," and then everybody has to say Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler
Yeah.
every single time. Like if there's 30 people, every single person is saying it to the next person.
Do you know the exact number on that? Like, it's broke a record or something.
I don't remember.
But it was just, it was...
Well, I think he made a joke that there's no record for how many times people have said Heil Hitler in a movie.
It's just supposed to be, like, so comedic in that it was stupid and that you had to say it every time you saw, like, a ranking officer or whatever.
But back to Thor. Like, the goats were funny at first. And then
a lot of the jokes were like that. I think the recurring humor in Ragnarok was like I just watched it a few days ago. It was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Do you think? So I was thinking that if they added a bit more story to Gore and his daughter, that they would have added a bit more depth to the character. Did you find it kind of lacking a little bit in the beginning? Like, I mean, obviously, the daughter dies, and that's kind of his motivations. And it's like, yeah, if you lose your child, of course you're gonna be. But
it was the way that like the god, whatever god he worshipped, was treated him before he died that made him have that motivation. It wasn't just the daughter dying.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the daughter dying, but like, I don't know. I didn't really feel it as much when the daughter died, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but like, okay.
I thought in the scheme or in the realm of Marvel villains, he had a lot more depth. And I don't think that's like a great bar for most of them. Like Marvel has like 2 to 3 good villains before this, I think.
Thanos
Is good. I actually liked Thanos.
He has some motivations.
I thought Thanos was a very good
Thanos'
villain.
motivations as well was him killing his own daughter.
Yeah, I thought Thanos was.
I guess
actually,
Nick
but like
likes daughters dying.
But
Yeah.
who's another like notable villain you can think of?
Loki.
He wasn't really.
But he wasn't like a villain after Avengers.
He was a compelling character.
He became just like an anti-hero.
He was a
kind of
compelling
Yeah.
character. I think he's been a compelling character the whole time.
Okay.
So good in that.
That's fair.
Definitely.
Also kind of like a bitch, you know.
What?
He's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, he kind of is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's interesting.
Okay. Doesn't mean he's still a bitch.
Okay, yeah, he's a bitch. All right.
Heard it here first,
So
folks.
it's not that good of a character, you know.
Well, he must have been
I
good
think he's
enough to
okay. How many
got
other
his own
villains have you
show.
remembered though?
Thanos.
From exactly.
Yes,
Thanos
we all
and
agree on
Loki.
Thanos
Ultron.
being a good
I see.
villain.
Ultron was really bad. I thought.
Was he?
He wasn't really bad.
He wasn't
but
bad.
I thought it was a boring character.
What
Yeah,
was his
he-
motivation?
it could've been
Like I just don't
better.
remember.
Yeah, I honestly
Basically-
don't even remember.
Basically, I think it was, if I remember it correctly, he's like a corrupted like AI, and so he basically just realized, looking through the entire internet and whatnot, that human civilization is evil, and so he's basically like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm
that's-
gonna wipe you out.
That's not terrible. I mean, it sounds a bit cliche though. So
Helen's also pretty good.
who?
The
was-
one,
Who?
she's from Ragnarok.
Hela.
the final
yeah.
one?
Hela, same.
I honestly didn't love her though.
Nick
What
didn't
wa-
like Hela.
Yeah,
I
what
don't-
was her thing? I just remember like
She was
the whole
banished to, like-
stadium
She
stuff.
was banished from Asgard and wanted to take the throne.
Yeah, that's all. She just wanted to retake the throne.
It was better than fucking Loki.
I don't know. I remember Loki always being an interesting character. Just,
I mean, his
Well, he was just
portrayals
angry.
would get you every time.
No, I just like. Yeah, I don't know.
whatever. This movie, let's talk about the ending because we're in spoilers. Gore dies, and
he gets to eternity.
He gets to eternity where he's able to like make any wish he wants. So his last wish is to like bring his daughter back, and then Natalie Portman also dies because she has cancer. And then Thor is going to be raising Gore's daughter. So Christian Bale's character's daughter is now like Thor's daughter. They turned.
She called him Uncle.
Yeah,
so.
Uncle Thor.
Uncle Thor, but then there was like the line. It was like something Thor.
in the way.
It's Dad Thor. Something stupid.
Oh, they were
Are you
talking
talking about earlier in the movie?
No,
The-
no, no. Very end.
They were talking about he goes from sad bod to dad bod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
at
kinda
the.
like
that was at the.
Yeah,
oh,
Korg,
yeah, yeah.
Korg was hilarious.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah, Korg
by the
was
way,
great.
he's voiced by Taika.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's just gonna be a dad now, and they're a little team of magical like
Wielders.
heroes.
And
yeah,
and
whatever.
Gore's daughter is played by Chris Hemsworth's daughter. No,
Ah.
sorry.
No, Bale's
Gore's
daughter.
daughter is played by Chris Hemsworth's daughter.
That's what
That's-
you just said.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
that's his daughter.
Cool.
He's a pretty shitty dad. He's giving away his kid like that.
And he died.
Well,
So?
she gets to live her life.
He was just trying to kill the man like 5 minutes ago. Like, what
He
happened?
had a change of
But
heart.
yeah,
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
well, no, he was corrupted by the sword that he picked up at the beginning of the film.
Okay.
So they destroyed the sword, and he wasn't corrupted anymore.
And this sword has no
Well,
backstory either.
he picked up the sword because he like was full of hatred at that moment for that god, right?
Yeah, it was corrupting him.
No, he was like just
Well,
filled with
it was
rage.
amplifying his rage. Yes, it was basically taking hold.
That's not corrupting you. Corrupting is just like changing.
Yeah, it's amplifying. I don't.
Amplifying is not changing.
Big argument here.
But it's
Let's go.
Anyway,
it's.
anyways,
I mean,
How
you can be
continue.
mad, but like you can't. You might not be mad enough to kill somebody. But like the
Nico,
sword was
you don't
like,
actually know.
the sword was like, "Hey, I'm a sword.
I
Come
played
kill
Fortnite.
this
Okay,
guy."
I know the
sword.
Fortnite Marvel mixover lores. Okay,
I don't even know what you're going into now.
Okay, I don't know what you guys thought of the ending. I thought it was fine. I will say this though, I'm just not very excited about the prospects of like Thor 5 or whatever other Thor stuff.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
I just,
I don't know where they're going
Thor
with
returned.
it. Like,
They're done with him.
Ragnarok.
I can't believe they're
yeah.
trying to make another one.
Ragnarok got me excited for this movie, and this movie got me way less excited for anything else Thor has to do in this universe. That's what I will say. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know where they're gonna go with it. You know, now that he has to take care of Gore's daughter, but I mean, obviously they kind of left the door open. I guess. I mean, maybe he'll come back and make a cameo in Avengers, or I don't know, but. Obviously, they left it open for his return. Chris Hemsworth said that he loves playing Thor and would play Thor forever.
That's
so
just what he gets paid to say.
Yeah, and Marvel will
He's
keep
made,
robbing us of our money.
He's made how many appearances as Thor? This is 4 now, and just
Four
the
in
solo
his
films.
full- Four in his
solo
solos.
films. He's the first one to get 4 solo films, which is impressive.
Wow.
It's impressive, but like honestly, only one of them was really good. Like that's
This one was good.
it was
then-
good, but like the
That wasn't
other.
great.
he
It
was
wasn't like noteworthy.
So he was
Yeah.
in all 4 Thor films,
Yeah,
and then he was
2
in
Avengers.
all 4 Avengers.
All
Oh,
4
all
Avengers.
4 of
You're
them?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah, he's only saying that shit just because
He was.
Um,
Was he in Captain America?
He was not in Civil War.
No, not in
Civil War.
Civil
No, he
War.
wasn't. Okay.
He wasn't in the Loki TV series.
I don't count that. I don't count that.
The shows don't.
And
He's
then-
been in 8.
So yeah,
he's been in 8
8
movies.
films.
That's a lot. I'm surprised he still wants to keep doing it. I don't know. He's fine. I
Sounds
like
fun.
Chris Hemsworth, but
I
I
do
just
too.
don't. The character's just like, I
Well,
don't care anymore.
Coming into this movie, everybody thought it was going to be passing the torch to Natalie Portman.
Okay, so let's talk about that. That's a
may.
perfect segue to this. Natalie Portman is revealed to, like, I guess sort of be alive.
No,
in-
she goes to Valhalla.
Yeah, she's in Valhalla, but then Ethan told me there's a comic book where she just says, no, I'm not staying here, and then goes back. So, like,
What?
they left the door open to either use her or not use her, whatever they want to do.
So
You know she actually buffed up for this role?
yes,
She looked
looked great.
Yeah.
She
She
looked
had like
good.
huge arms.
Yeah.
Good for her. She looked
But
good.
they changed her height in like the after whatever.
They just put her on a box, probably. Like they just like stand actors on a box if they're
Yeah.
too short. But
That's funny.
They
But,
made her
like,
taller. But
I
but
I
all of
hope
her
that's
like
not true.
muscles and whatnot, that was all her.
I hope the she just walks out and is like, no, I'm not gonna be here. I hope that's not true.
I mean, I'm not sure.
That's
if
all
they'll
speculation.
Comic accuracy, but
I don't. That was the first after credits scene.
yeah.
I
No,
don't.
that was the second one.
That was the second one.
Okay,
The
yeah.
first
it
one was so Thor goes to Zeus for help to
He-
defeat Gore.
There's a point in the movie where it's a goofy scene and Russell Crowe plays Zeus
It's in the
and Thor
trailers.
kills him.
They strip Thor naked, but then he like kills him. And
So
then it's
Thor-
revealed
Thor-
he's not dead.
Yeah, Zeus is not dead, but then
He's
he
still
reveals
alive.
his son Hercules.
Yes. And so Hercules could be fight Thor in Thor 5.
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
fucking
whatever.
want to watch that.
Yeah, I don't care.
That doesn't sound very-
Hercules
It doesn't.
isn't really that much of a bad guy. It's basically just like a bro competition between them.
Oh,
so
great. And then they're
so
going
they
to
would
team up
probably-
and learn that they're like actually both good guys.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, let's go beat somebody now. And it's like, no. No, they all team up in every other movie.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I really don't care. Like, I'm tired of seeing that same shit over and over again.
It's fine if they have the after credit scene. They don't need to make that the movie. If that's the movie, I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that will be the movie.
I know everyone likes that actor from Ted Lasso, so whatever. He might be fine. These movies get great actors because they pay well, so that you're gonna get great actors.
Which this cast was huge.
It was huge. There's a bunch of good actors. I think they carry. I think Marvel still has good products. Sometimes they get bailed out by their bad scripts. Get bailed out by good actors. That's what I think.
You know, the budget for this wasn't even like gigantic for a Marvel film either.
How much was it?
I think it was like 195.
Well, it was also
Oh.
one of the shorter films. It was,
Yeah, it was a
hour
short one.
59.
I don't. For me, it was still like not very well written. That's just how I see it. Like, it's not that great, and that like it doesn't have me excited for anything else. I don't like Natalie Portman's in Valhalla. Idris Elba's character comes back.
Yeah, it's Heimdall.
Idris
That was
Elba's
cool to
great. I
see.
love him.
Yeah.
Another great actor, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know. His character's not that interesting to me either. He was just like he was good. I liked seeing him in Ragnarok, and
Yeah.
was he in Avengers?
He was. I don't know if
I
he
don't
was in
think
the
so.
Avengers movies, but he was in,
He was in
the
Infinity
first
War.
3 Thor movies.
He was in Infinity War.
Yeah, he died in Infinity War.
He was still in it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
He wasn't
I'm
in
not disagreeing with him, but I'm saying he was in Infinity War and he died in Infinity War.
That's still being in it.
Yeah, he was in the movie.
Again, not disagreeing with you guys
No, but that
that
still
it was
means
in
he's in it.
Infinity War.
You said he wasn't in Avengers.
Yeah, you said he wasn't in the
Come on
movie.
now.
He was in the
You're
movie.
supposed
No, I did
You're-
not say that he was not in Infinity
Rewind.
War.
We gotta clip this.
Are we rewinding Infinity War? Is that what you're saying?
No. rewind the
maybe.
clip.
No,
Maybe it's
rewind
on.
the clip.
All right.
On record.
Anyways, I don't know that. Like, what am I supposed to be excited about from either of those after credit scenes? Even
He was in the after credit scene.
What?
Maybe he was dead, but he was in the after credit scene.
No. I don't think they're pointing towards an Idris Elba Heimdall return. I think they're pointing towards. They could be pointing towards Natalie Portman returning.
then why show Heimdall?
Because
He's
he's
dead.
at the gates when he was alive. He was at the gates of Asgard,
Now he's
and
at
now
the
he's
gates
dead,
of
and he's at the
Valhalla.
gates of Valhalla.
When
Oh
when
my
he was
God.
shown on the screen, our theater went crazy.
Yeah, and we missed
Jesus.
like
The whole-
a couple
like-
dialogue
The
lines.
whole line, like everything that they said.
Yes, everyone
Yes.
screamed for Idris Elba. And
Yes.
I had no idea what they said
You know,
after that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm done with these after credit scenes.
I am too.
I can't watch these anymore.
It was funny
But I
making you
always have
guys
to sit
stay
through
for
this.
the.
Yeah.
It was funny making you guys stay for the Doctor Strange one. That was funny. You guys said, were there 2? I was like, yeah, we got to stay.
There's always 2, isn't
I
there?
thought there was 3.
No, there's 2.
Which one had 3?
I don't know. Morbius had 2, but they were quick.
Yeah, they got through it.
Morbius was
Neither of them made sense, but they got through it.
Yeah.
So.
Hope the food is better in this joint.
Yeah. All right. Last thing I want to do, compare this to the other Marvel projects from the year. What do you think? Is this better than Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Is this better than Morbius?
Yes.
No.
This
Yes.
This
Can't
is
be better than Morbius.
Oh
Nothing's
my
better
this
than
is the
Morbius.
best Marvel movie to release this year. There's only those 3, right? Well, 2 from Marvel Studios.
Shut
Well,
up.
they got
It's-
one
it's
out
a
of
Marvel
3.
movie.
So-
Yeah.
Morbius is a Marvel movie.
And then we've got one more to go, right?
Yeah. Black Panther in October, November.
This movie was good. It wasn't great. I don't know. Marvel's
It's a good time.
it's a good time,
It is
but
a good
like
time.
Ragnarok's bet. Like I don't know. Like it's just
I'm gonna forget the whole story. Of this
yeah. I'm not very enthusiastic about recommending this to people. That's what I'll say. I think see this over Doctor Strange. Go see Ragnarok or go see Spider-Man No Way Home, which we didn't get a chance to review. I liked that movie way more than you did, Nico, but like I thought that was better than any of the Marvel movies we've seen this year, like significantly better than
You only say that because there was Toby.
I'm
You
a
know
Toby
that.
lover.
No, you know that's
I'm
true.
a Toby lover.
Yeah.
I still thought the movie was better.
The third act, the first 2 acts made absolutely no sense.
I like
they just
I like
did it.
Willem Dafoe a lot though. And
Yeah.
Alfred Molina.
It could have
Yes.
been better, the first 2 acts, but I mean, I don't want to say it didn't make sense.
Richard, what do you think?
Andrew Garfield's better than Toby.
Okay,
I
fine.
think so too.
Just
Yeah.
for the debate of what's the best Marvel project recently, I think that one is the best one by far.
Thor?
No.
No Way Home?
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, when did that release?
December of last year.
Are we counting that as the same year?
I mean,
I'm just
we
in
said
recent
recent.
memory. That's
Okay,
just
yeah,
the last
out
couple
of
years.
out of all the movies, then yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah.
Because I think in the last year would be also with Eternals and Shang-Chi, but
Yeah, I'm a little biased
Shang-Chi
too.
was pretty good.
it
honestly.
was.
I haven't-
But
I
I
haven't
don't
seen
think
that.
it's the best.
For
and-
most of the Marvel films, I think it was a lot better than whatever else they got.
Well, maybe it's worth seeing. I guess we can look forward to Black Panther, which is Black Panther 2, the next Marvel movie releasing.
Yeah.
Ooh. You think that's gonna be good?
I don't have high hopes for it. My expectations are pretty low, to be honest.
Do you guys think it's gonna be any good?
I have no clue. Same director is coming back, but I don't know what they're gonna do.
I guess we'll have to see. We will be back next week with a rewind, probably, unless we decide to do something else, but probably a rewind.
I don't think anything's coming out next week, right?
Yeah, nothing that I think we want to see. So we'll be back with a rewind next week. Thank you guys for listening. Anything else you guys want to say?
Thanks
Shout
for having
out
me.
to Christina Applegate.
Shout out to Christina Applegate.
Shout out Christina Applegate.
All right. Thanks.